On April 25th, my comrade Bogdan Syrotiuk was arrested on charges of high treason by Zelensky's secret police in the Ukrainian authoritarian regime. Bogdan is just 25 years old and faces a 15-year prison sentence, which with his poor health is a death sentence. His only crime is opposing the US-led NATO war against Russia. Bogdan's accused of spreading Russian narratives through the World Socialist website, which is described as a Russian propaganda and information agency.
These lies are absurd. The World Socialist website opposed the Putin regime and its invasion of Ukraine from day one, writing a statement on February 24, 2022 titled "Oppose the Putin government's invasion of Ukraine and US-NATO warmongering for the unity of Russian and Ukrainian workers." Bogdan himself has warned repeatedly that NATO's military encirclement of Russia could not be opposed based on Russian nationalism and a military invasion that pits Russian and Ukrainian workers against each other.
Bogdan is a member of the Young Guard of Bolshevik-Leninists, a Trotskyist youth organization working in both countries to unite the Russian and Ukrainian working class against the NATO powers and Putin, and for socialism. Their struggle is an inspiration to socialist-minded youth such as myself everywhere.
Bogdan is called a traitor by a regime that has sacrificed hundreds of thousands of lives in a war described as a meat grinder, so that the United States, Britain, and other major powers can topple Putin and seize vital Russian assets for themselves.
All over the world are millions of protesters the genocide that has claimed tens of thousands of Palestinian lives in Gaza, and which is also backed by London and Washington. There too, their goal is a global conquest and a domination of the oil riches in the Middle East. Iran is in their sights, and China too. The Ukrainian regime is just as criminal as the Netanyahu regime in Israel.
Zelensky is backed by fascists in the Azov Battalion, heirs to Stefan Bandera, who carried out the mass murder of Jews and socialists in World War II alongside Hitler's Gestapo. Zelensky has cancelled elections and subjected socialists, anti-war activists and journalists to savage repression and imprisonment. Strikes and protests have been outright banned.
After World War II and the Holocaust, millions of workers throughout the world declared, "Never again." That slogan must ring out today. A generation must lead the fight against the horrors of war, fascism and genocide produced by capitalism.
Across the United States and Europe, governments are repressing protests by young people against mass murder and ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Meanwhile, Germany, France, and the UK are discussing the introduction of national service and conscription, which already exists in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Estonia. Labour will not stop this. It is a party of warmongers. They are no different to the Tories. The working class across the globe must end the deadly spiral into World War III themselves.
The fight against genocide and war is a fight against capitalism. Oppose the US-led proxy war in Gaza and Ukraine. Fight for socialism. And free Comrade Bogdan.